Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Adventure Destination International. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International in Thompson's Resort. Big Chief Meat Snacks. Big taste, big adventure. Along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Fishing the Wild West. She's getting a little western on the deck. On this week's episode, we're in northern Saskatchewan with Adventure Destination International at a self-guided fly-out fishing trip to Bills Lake. We're taking the challenge, the Grand Slam challenge of 4 species: Arctic grayling, northern pike, lake trout, and walleye. Stay tuned to this week's episode as we challenge Bills Lake to the Grand Slam. Got a lake trout on here we come. Our goal is to catch a few lake trout, catch a few Arctic grayling, some walleye northern pike, which is the low-hanging fruit here at Bills Lake. And they got what's called the Grand Slam. And I think we're onto a pretty good lake trout right now. And we're still only 6 minutes from the cabin. Enjoyed a good breakfast this morning, got up, caught a few pike, decided to go for lake trout. Here we are, 60 feet of water, and we're hooked into one. He feels like a good fish. I got barbless hooks on, so I gotta keep a tight line while he's down there deep. I get my net ready. And he's on this side, wind's pushing us this way, so it's perfect. I don't have to fight him with the boat running me over. Man, there's no end to the fish in here. I love fishing new lakes, learning new things, or new lakes, learning new things on lakes. But I have a handful of lakes that I always want to go back to. And Bills Lake with Adventure Destination International was one of them. The monster northern pike, lake trout, there's grayling. Whoa. And excellent lake trout. I gotta give myself some slack. Put the weights in. I'll get the hook out, make sure he's safe, and I'll show him to you, and we'll do a release. And that's him. Whoa. I don't know how much he weighs. I don't even care. I begin my quest for the Grand Slam here at Bills Lake with Adventure Destination International. And there he goes. Outstanding. That's a great lake trout in anybody's books, but that's the first one of the day. It's only 9 a.m. We had a great breakfast at camp this morning, caught a few pike. Now we're into the lake trout. We just come out of 80 feet of water, climbing a hill. The boat's right now sitting in 34 feet of water, and we're climbing a hill when he took it. This feels like another good fish. And I'm fighting him with my northern pike rod. So you can bring up all your rods and everything you need for all 3 species. But this one here, I'm fighting with my northern pike rod. Maybe it's not enough. And this style of fishing, this 3-way rigging, often referred to as a poor man's down rigging, is my favorite technique for finding lake trout. Here's another good lake trout. It's a really great way to find lake trout and, cover a lot of water when you're looking for them. Hang on. And another beautiful lake trout. Man, they're a beautiful fish and strong, really, really strong. They love the cold, deep water. And there he goes. The biggest problem you're going to have here at Bill's Lake, when you wake up in the morning or at different times of the day, do I go for lake trout? Do I go for walleye, monster northern pike, or do I challenge the grayling on the river? Good problem to have.
This segment has been brought to you by Rock Guard, protect your investment, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
There he is. This lake has something really unique. Of all the places I've fished throughout my career, this is the only lake that I caught lake trout and walleye side by side. Earlier today, we're three-way rigging for lake trout, but just minutes before that I was up in shallow water and a walleye took my three-way rig, took my Len Thompson just as I come up into the shallower water. And I've never in my career caught lake trout and walleye side by side before. So it's really unique, and they got the 4 species here. There's no end to the pike or walleye fishing, and it's just an incredible experience. We're out here by ourselves. Beautiful accommodations at the cabin, rustic accommodations, but modern rustic as I call it. The gen set, everything's powered here, freezers, fridges, everything you need to have a trip of a lifetime at Bill's Lake with Adventure Destination International. And you can do this all day long. And the thing is, we're about 5-6 minutes from camp doing this. Right behind the cabin here at Bill's Lake, like literally right behind the cabin, there's another river system. You can do this again. Like you can cast from shore. You can take the boat back there, but I don't think in the whole day that we've been fishing here today, we've burned a cup of gas. And I don't think we've been more than 10 minutes from the cabin. It's an incredible fishery. Spit the hook, good. We've been here about 15 minutes, maybe 20. We've got our supper fish. We're going back to the cabin. We're going to have a delicious meal of walleye. But more importantly, that's one more species scratched off the Grand Slam list here at Bill's Lake. Stay tuned for the Wild Cookhouse and we'll show you what we're doing with these walleye.
Wild Cookhouse is brought to you by Wild West Seasonings, home of award-winning seasonings, marinades, brines, and batters.
So we just come off the water, and that means our walleye just come off the water. Roughly an hour. We're going to incorporate crackers seasoned of your choice. This has all been fried up beforehand. Mayo. You can use any kind of, you can even use flavoring mayo like dill. We just got basic mayo here. Fresh dill, and fresh dill makes a big difference. Put it in there. Lemon, half a lemon. And I'm not telling you portions because all this recipe and the tartar sauce recipe is all on the Wild Cookhouse page on the Fish in the Wild West TV page. Then we're going to fold this all in together. This is all fresh walleye. Our ingredients were prepped. Fold it all in there nice. Once we get it all folded in, we're going to put it in the fridge to set for about 15-20 minutes. And then we'll make it into fish cakes and present it with an incredible meal. So now that they've set up, we're breading them with Freddy's Wild West Seasonings from Wild West Seasonings. And there's 2 important things here. 1, fresh dill. And don't overdo it with your crackers. You're making fish cakes, not bread cakes. Really important. We're going to take them over to the frying pan. So our oil's hot. Gently lay in them. Don't drop them in because we didn't overbread them. So about 4 minutes on the first side, then I flipped them, and we're at about 4 minutes on the second side. We got beautiful walleye fish cakes, homemade tartar sauce, green beans. Here at Bill's Lake, it's another unique way to take advantage of your walleye fishing.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. Welcome back to Fishing the Wild West TV.
Just made a cast right up in here. It's all chunk rock down here. Actually, you got to be careful not to hang up your lures. And those big pike, they're laying in there. And there's big ones in here, like 40 inches, but then there's a lot of great ones, like this guy here, that are, I don't know if they're beating those big ones to the bait or what, but they're all a lot of fun to catch. Get him in here. All right, the hook came out. Perfect. Get the hook out of the net so I don't hurt myself or him. And don't throw your hook back in the water. I just about lost a rod throwing it over. Another pike took it. Oh, fella. Hang on. All day long, these. But there's a lot bigger than this stirred in with them. Get back out there. Cast right back to the same spot, and there could be a 40-inch laying right beside that one. But he didn't, there's been no fight whatsoever. So he doesn't even know he's hooked. I think he's just another great fish. Yeah, he's just right there. He's another great fish, just really want that 40. 40-inch pike is kind of the holy grail. And that's what I'm after, and I mean, there is thousands of these. And I'm not kidding, I don't know how many we've caught just this morning of this size. Almost everywhere we cast. Almost everywhere we cast, we're catching those. And there's 40s mixed in with them, and smaller. But like I said, there's thousands of them. You're gonna get tired of fishing when you're up here for sure. We're just coming out of the river, walleye fishing. Cabin's right over the hill. And we were just talking, Chuck and I off camera, that there should be some big pike in here feeding on all these walleye. Just gonna get my net ready. Oh, the current is, the current's pushing me this way. I just gotta take my time with her. Number 2, Len Thompson on here. We're just casting the rocks and the weeds for walleye. And this is what picked it up. You can actually hear in the background the genset of the cabin. That's how close we are to the cabin right now. Oh. Yeah, she's right full of walleye, other pike, and my 5 of diamonds, Len Thompson. Got her. That lure popped out just as I got her in the net. Just gonna get that, keep her safe. Keep her in the water. And here she is. Now that's part of my Grand Slam here at Bills Lake. I put a little more pressure on me, wanting a 40-inch pike. My personal best is from Bills Lake at 51 inches. But this is a beautiful northern pike, and they're everywhere, including the river system where the walleye are, right behind Bill's camp, or right behind camp on Bill's Lake. Everywhere we've gone, every bay, we've had that, bigger, small, like it's been non-stop fishing. And you come up here to Bill's, you book a trip with Adventure Destination International, you don't have to put the added pressure of the Grand Slam on you, but I'm honestly telling you, it ain't that hard. We haven't burned half a tank of gas, and that's another species in our quest for the Grand Slam, 10 minutes or less from camp.
This segment has been brought to you by AQ Outdoors, striving to be Canada's leading paddle sports resource, and Jackson Adventures. We are Jackson Kayak. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
Fish on the fast current here in MacArthur. Whoa, I think that was a pike following him. Come on, buddy, I'll save your life. Whoa! That is my first Arctic grayling in I don't know how long. And that will complete my Grand Slam here at Bills Lake. I am so proud of this fish for two reasons. One, Arctic grayling. Two, the Grand Slam. There is my completion of my Bills Lake Grand Slam. Walleye, northern pike, lake trout, and Arctic grayling.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Now, this is a unique species up here at Bills Lake, so when you come, I'm hoping to really let the bingo bug will really work. I've had a lot of success with trout species with the bingo bug, but I've got the number 6 Len Thompson, and I have some Panther Martins. All these lures, these 3 lures here, work incredible in the shallow, fast current that the Arctic grayling can be holding in. But now I think we got to move because we got northern pike moving into our, we showed them where the grayling are. So we're just going to move downriver further. Whoa, good, I don't have to handle them. I'll get out of the tree, we'll move downriver, maybe get away from the pike. Okay, we just moved down only about 50, 60 yards from where the pike had messed up our grayling spot. We made 3 casts out into that fast current. Got ourselves another grayling. And I'm telling you, even if you're not going for the Grand Slam, you should come for these because they fight so hard. That's perfect. That hook came out of them. Get that. I just want to show them to you. We'll leave that in. I don't want to hurt him. He's just a little guy. Just a beautiful little Arctic grayling out there in that current. Way he goes. They're just out here. You can see the rough, just a little bit of rain right now. The rough current, cast into it and just let it fall into the edges of the pools. Bang. It's an incredible experience. You just cast out into that current and let the current do the work. It does the work for you. You just got to keep your lure from hanging up in the rocks. And I don't know, avid grayling anglers are probably saying lighter rod. Holy man, do they fight. I wouldn't go any lighter than this. Okay, I'll get to where I can show him. It's a little slippery on the rocks here. It's not like being in the tracker. and they never quit. Perfect. Hook came out. For such a little species, they are incredible fighters. Beautiful coloring. Gone. Blend right into the rock, like they're gone in split second. I know that wraps up my my Grand Slam quest here at Bills Lake with Adventure Destination International, but these are too fun to stop fishing. That concludes this week's episode at Bills Lake with Adventure Destination International in northern Saskatchewan, a self-guided trip to Bills Lake. Adventure Destination International can put any package together, fulfill any dreams you want. If you book a trip to Bills Lake, if you come for the pike, the walleye, lake trout, Arctic grayling, or come for all four and try your luck at the Grand Slam. I'm your host, Wes David, and I hope you'll follow us on social media or through the pages of Hooked magazine. Hang on, fella. Whoa! Let's get a little western here. Fishing all by yourself. Oh, it's easy. Try this again. That doesn't make the blooper reel. I don't know what will.
Follow us on social media or at fishingthewildwesttv.com.